Wake up. Right now. The truth is calling, and it's louder than ever. You've felt it, haven't you? That restless spark, that quiet whisper in your soul that says there's more to life than what you've been told. You're not here by accident. This moment, this video, this message, it's found you because you're ready to hear it. The world has fed you a story of limits, of smallness, of separation, but it's time to break free. The secret of Thoth's epiphany is not a dusty relic of ancient Egypt. It's a living truth pulsing through you, waiting to be unleashed. You can change your reality starting today. For centuries, the wisdom of Thoth, the Egyptian god of knowledge, magic, and writing, has been buried under layers of distortion. His teachings, etched into the emerald tablets, weren't just philosophy. They were a blueprint for creation itself. Thoth didn't deal in myths or metaphors, he dealt in power. The power of your mind to shape the world. The power of your consciousness to rewrite the rules. But this truth was hidden, not because it was false, but because it was dangerous. If you knew how powerful you truly are, no system could control you. No fear could hold you back. No doubt could dim your light. You were born with a spark of divinity, a clean slate untainted by the world's programming. As a child, you saw the world with wonder, intuitive, connected, alive. You didn't question your ability to dream, to create, to feel the pulse of the universe. But somewhere along the way, the world taught you to forget. It taught you to look outside for answers, to seek validation in titles, money, or approval. It convinced you that reality is fixed, that your thoughts are meaningless, that you're just a speck in a chaotic universe. But what if that's the greatest lie ever told? Thoth's epiphany is this: your mind is not a bystander, it's a creator. Your thoughts don't just react to reality, they shape it. The ancient Egyptians understood this. Hermetic mystics lived it. Quantum science is only now catching up, whispering what the ancients knew. Reality bends to consciousness. The observer effect in physics shows particles shift based on how they're observed. Your attention, your belief, your focus. These are not passive. They're active forces sculpting the energy field around you. What you call reality is not solid. It's a dance of energy responding to the signals you send. This isn't about wishful thinking or empty affirmations. It's about recognizing that you're already creating your life every moment, every day. The question is, are you creating consciously, or are you letting the world's programming run the show? Most people live on autopilot, recycling old beliefs, old fears, old stories, wondering why their lives feel stuck. But you're different. You're here because you feel the pull of something greater. You sense the truth. You're not powerless. You never were. Thoth's teachings aren't about worshiping gods or chasing miracles. They're about remembering who you are, a being of infinite potential, a spark of the divine wired to co-create with the universe. The emerald tablets weren't just texts. They were codes, instructions for aligning your mind with the cosmic order. They taught that everything, every thought, every emotion, every intention vibrates, and those vibrations shape the world. You're not separate from the universe, you're entwined with it, a living thread in the tapestry of existence. This is your wake-up call. You don't need permission. You don't need more time. You don't need to be ready. The power is already within you, waiting to be claimed. Thoth's epiphany is not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you've always been. The world will keep trying to pull you back, to make you forget, to keep you small. But you're not small, you're vast, infinite, radiant. And the moment you decide to step into that truth, everything changes. The journey starts here. Not tomorrow, not next week now. You're standing at the edge of a new reality, one you can shape with every thought, every choice, every breath. Will you take the leap? Will you claim the power that's been yours all along? Thoth's secret isn't hidden anymore. It's in your hands. Let's begin. The world is a stage, but the script you're reading wasn't written by you. From the moment you took your first breath, a subtle machinery began its work, shaping your mind, dimming your spark, convincing you to trade your infinite potential for a narrow, predictable role. This isn't a conspiracy of shadowy figures in dark rooms. It's a system woven into the fabric of daily life, so seamless you barely notice it. Schools, media culture, even the well-meaning voices of family, they all play a part in teaching you to forget who you are. But Thoth's wisdom cuts through the fog, reminding you of the truth you were never meant to be a bystander in your own story. Think about it. As a child, you were boundless. Your imagination painted worlds without limits, castles in the clouds, adventures in the stars. You trusted your instincts, followed your curiosity, felt the pulse of life in every moment. But then the programming began. You were taught to sit still, to follow rules, to value grades over creativity. You were told to look to teachers, bosses, or screens for answers to measure your worth by external markers, likes, titles, bank accounts. Your intuition, that quiet voice of knowing, was dismissed as childish. Your dreams were labeled impractical. And slowly, without you even realizing it, the world convinced you that reality is something that happens to you, not something you shape. This is the modern reality control network, not a single entity but a web of conditioning that keeps you tethered to a version of yourself that feels small, separate, and powerless. It's in the advertisements that tell you you're not enough without their products. It's in the news that thrives on fear, keeping you anxious and distracted. It's in the education systems that prioritize memorization over self-discovery, in the religions that trade divine connection for dogma. Even your imagination, the very tool of creation, is policed, relegated to fiction, fantasy, or silly daydreams. Intuition. That's just a hunch, not to be trusted. Ancient wisdom branded as myth, superstition, or irrelevant history. Thoth saw through this. His emerald tablets weren't just philosophical musings, they were a rebellion against forgetting. He didn't create this knowledge, he preserved it, etching it into words that could withstand the erosion of time. The tablets speak of a truth. The world doesn't want you to know your mind is a force of creation, not a passive receiver. But to keep you from this power, the control network convinces you that your thoughts are fleeting, your emotions irrelevant, your inner world disconnected from the outer one. It tells you the universe is a machine, cold, mechanical, indifferent. And worst of all, it convinces you that you are separate from it, a tiny speck in a vast, unchangeable cosmos. This lie is the cornerstone of the control network. If you believe you're powerless, you'll act like it. You'll chase external validation to feel worthy. You'll buy things to fill the void. You'll follow rules that don't serve you, cling to identities that limit you, and silence the voice inside that knows better. But Thoth's teachings shatter this illusion. He reminds you that you are not separate, you are a living extension of the universe itself. Your thoughts are not private, they are signals radiating outward, shaping the energy field around you. Your emotions are not weaknesses, they are currents carrying the frequency of your reality. Let's pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what stories have I been told about who I am? What beliefs have I accepted without questioning? Maybe it's the idea that you're not good enough unless you achieve a certain status. Maybe it's the fear that you're too small to make a difference. Or maybe it's the subtle whisper that your dreams are unrealistic, that you should settle for what's practical. Write down one belief you've carried that feels heavy, limiting, or false. Hold it in your mind. Now imagine setting it down, not destroying it, just letting it rest. This is the first step to breaking the programming, noticing it. The control network thrives on your unconsciousness. It wants you to stay asleep, to keep recycling the same thoughts, the same fears, the same patterns. But here's the truth. Thoth encoded. You are not your conditioning. You are not the fears you were taught, the doubts you were handed, or the roles you were assigned. You are a creator, a spark of the divine, wired to shape reality with the power of your mind. The network can't control you if you remember this. It can't hold you if you stop believing its lies. Quantum science backs this up in ways the ancients intuitively understood. The double-slit experiment shows that particles behave differently when observed, as if reality itself waits for your attention to take shape. Your focus is not passive, it's a force. Your beliefs are not neutral, they're instructions. If you believe you're powerless, the universe mirrors that back. If you believe you're unworthy, your reality will reflect that too. But the moment you shift your inner signal, when you choose to align with your true power, the world begins to shift with you. Thoth didn't just preserve this knowledge, he left it as a map. The Emerald Tablets are a call to wake up, to stop outsourcing your truth to external systems, to stop letting the world define your worth. You don't need to buy anything, achieve anything, or prove anything to be powerful. You already are. The control network only works if you forget this. It only holds if you agree to stay small. But you're not small. You're vast, infinite, a co-creator of the cosmos. And the moment you start to remember, the programming begins to crack. So let's try something. Right now, close your eyes for 10 seconds and feel your breath. Notice the space between your thoughts. That space, it's not empty. It's alive, pulsing with potential. That's where your power lies. That's where Thoth's epiphany begins. You're not just a body, a job, a name. You're a field of energy, a vibration, a force, and the world is listening. This is your invitation to step out of the control network, not by fighting it, but by remembering who you are. You don't need to wait for permission. You don't need to wait for the right moment. The power is in you now, waiting to be claimed. Thoth's wisdom isn't a relic, it's a living fire, burning away the lies, illuminating the truth. You are not a victim of reality. You are its architect. Picture a vast ocean shimmering under a boundless sky, its waves rising and falling in perfect rhythm. Now imagine that ocean is your mind, and every thought you have is a wave shaping the tides of reality itself. This is the heart of Thoth's epiphany, the first Hermetic principle: all is mind. The universe isn't a distant machine grinding along without you. It's a living symphony, and your consciousness is the conductor. Every belief you hold, every emotion you feel, every spark of intention is a note vibrating through the cosmos, crafting the world you experience. This isn't a theory, it's the pulse of existence. Step into this truth for a moment. Feel it. Your mind isn't locked inside your skull, a prisoner of bone and flesh. It's a radiant force, a beacon sending signals into an infinite field of energy. The world you see, your relationships, your struggles, your triumphs, isn't separate from you. It's a reflection, a projection, a story you're telling with every thought. Thoth, the ancient scribe of wisdom, didn't hide this truth in riddles for the elite. He carved it into the Emerald Tablets for anyone ready to listen. The universe is consciousness in motion, and you are its co-author, writing reality with the pen of your mind. Modern science echoes this ancient knowing like a whisper from the future meeting the past. In quantum mechanics, the observer effect reveals that reality shifts based on attention. Particles, those tiny building blocks of existence, don't settle into form until they're observed. Your gaze, your expectation, your focus, they don't just witness the world, they shape it. The famous double-slit experiment shows light morphing from wave to particle under the weight of observation. If a particle bends to your awareness, what does that mean for the life you live? Reality isn't a fixed stage, it's a dance, and your mind leads the steps. All is mind means your thoughts are alive. They're not fleeting wisps lost in the ether. They're seeds planted in the fertile soil of the universe, sprouting into the experiences you call your life. When you dwell on fear, you sow a garden of obstacles. When you nurture hope, you cultivate possibility. Your emotions aren't just feelings, they're currents carrying the energy of your reality. This isn't about pasting a smile over pain or chanting affirmations to trick the universe. It's about recognizing that you're always creating, whether you know it or not. Your mind is a brush painting the canvas of existence with every moment of focus. Thoth's teaching isn't a feel-good platitude, it's a call to accountability. If the universe is mind, then you're not a pawn in someone else's game. You're a player, a creator, a force. The struggles you face, the patterns that haunt you, the dreams that feel out of reach, they're not accidents. They're reflections of the signals you've sent, the stories you've believed, the frequencies you've embodied. This can feel heavy, like a mirror held too close, but it's also freedom. It means you're not trapped, you're not a victim. You can change the story by changing the signal. Think of your mind as a radio broadcasting 24/7. What station are you tuned to? Doubt, scarcity, comparison? Or are you dialing into trust, clarity, possibility? The universe doesn't judge your signal. It amplifies it, faithfully mirroring back what you transmit. If you broadcast lack, the world shows you limits. If you radiate abundance, opportunities unfold. This isn't magic, it's resonance. The energy field of existence is neutral, a perfect reflector of your inner state. Thoth didn't teach this to make you feel powerless. He taught it to awaken your power. This truth rewrites everything. You're not a speck in a cold, indifferent cosmos. You're a spark woven into the fabric of creation, connected to every star, every breath, every pulse of life. The Hermetic principle of mentalism isn't just a concept, it's a lived reality. Your thoughts are threads weaving the tapestry of your world. Your emotions are colors shading the experiences you draw to you. You're not separate from the universe, you're its partner, its co-creator, its voice. But here's the challenge most of us broadcast unconsciously. We let old wounds, inherited fears, or societal scripts choose our station. We project chaos because we've been taught to expect it. We manifest struggle because we've been conditioned to believe it's normal. Thoth's epiphany is a rebellion against that trance. It's a reminder that you can choose your signal. You can tune your mind to a higher frequency. You can align your thoughts, emotions, and intentions with the reality you want to live, not by forcing it, but by embodying it. Science and mysticism meet here like rivers converging. Quantum entanglement shows that particles once linked affect each other instantly no matter how far apart. Your consciousness is entangled with the cosmos, your thoughts, your focus, your energy ripple through the whole. When you shift your inner state, you shift the universe. This isn't about positive vibes only. It's about authenticity, about aligning with the truth of who you are, a divine spark, a creator, a force of nature. This responsibility is both humbling and empowering. If all is mind, every moment is a choice. You can't blame the world for what you see. It's a reflection of what you project. But that also means you're never stuck. No matter your past, your pain, or your circumstances, you can change the signal, you can shift the frequency, you can rewrite the story. Thoth's teachings aren't about escaping reality, they're about mastering it, about stepping into your role as a conscious creator. So pause and ask, what signal am I sending right now? What thoughts, beliefs, or emotions are shaping my world? Are they aligned with the life I want, or are they echoes of old programming? You don't need perfection, just awareness, noticing your thoughts, feeling your emotions without judgment, choosing your focus with intention. These are the first steps to wielding the power Thoth spoke of. Your mind is the key, the spark, the wave that shapes the ocean of reality. All is mind means all is possible. You're not just living in the world, you're creating it, breath by breath, thought by thought. What will you choose to create? The universe hums a ceaseless vibration, weaving through every atom, every star, every thought. This is no abstract poetry, it's the hidden code of existence. the secret Thoth etched into the fabric of time. His epiphany isn't a ritual or a spell. It's a revelation of alignment, a truth that cuts through the noise of the world. You don't attract what you wish for, you resonate with what you are. Your frequency, the silent song of your emotions, beliefs, and intentions, is the key that unlocks the reality you experience. This isn't about chasing desires, it's about tuning your being to the pitch of the cosmos. Feel the air around you for a moment. It's not empty, it's alive, pulsing with energy, carrying the signals of your inner world. Every emotion you hold, every belief you carry, vibrates like a tuning fork, sending ripples into the infinite field of creation. The universe doesn't listen to your words, or your surface level wants it. Here's your frequency, the consistent hum of your state of being. You can't trick it with affirmations or vision boards. If your heart vibrates with doubt, while your mouth speaks of abundance, the universe will mirror the doubt. Thoth's secret is this: alignment is everything. Resonance isn't a metaphor, it's a law. In physics, when two objects vibrate at the same frequency, they amplify each other, creating harmony. Your mind, body, and soul are like instruments in an orchestra. When they're in tune, the music flows effortlessly. When they're out of sync, the result is discord. Most people live in discord, their thoughts clashing with their emotions, their actions misaligned with their deepest desires. They want change, but cling to old frequencies: fear, lack, or unworthiness. The universe, ever faithful, reflects back exactly what they emit. Thoth's teachings, preserved in the emerald tablets, aren't about manipulating reality, they're about becoming it. Epiphany isn't a moment of sudden insight. It's a state of coherence where your thoughts, feelings, and actions align with the truth of who you are. When you embody the frequency of what you seek, abundance, love, purpose, the universe responds, not because you've earned it, but because you've become it. This is the alchemy of creation. You don't attract what you want. You resonate with what you are. Picture a still lake, its surface a perfect mirror. Drop a stone and ripples spread outward, shaping the water's form. Your consciousness is that stone, and the lake is the energy field of reality. Every thought, every emotion is a drop, sending waves that shape what you see. If you radiate fear, the lake reflects chaos. If you radiate clarity, it reflects order. This isn't about forcing positivity, it's about authenticity. The universe doesn't care about your performance. It responds to your presence, the raw, unfiltered truth of your vibration. This truth shatters the illusions we've been fed. You've been taught to hustle, to strive, to chase external markers of success. But Thoth's wisdom flips the script. The outer world follows the inner. If you're chasing wealth but vibrating with scarcity, the universe will mirror lack. If you seek love but carry resentment, you'll find conflict. The energy field doesn't judge, it reflects. Your frequency is your message to the cosmos, and it's always listening. Science touches this truth in subtle ways. Resonance appears in everything from sound waves to brain activity. When neurons fire in sync, they create coherent states, moments of clarity, focus, or flow. Your mind works the same way on a cosmic scale. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions align, you create a coherent signal, a frequency that resonates with the reality you desire. Misalignment, on the other hand, creates static, conflicting signals that manifest as struggle or stagnation. Thoth's epiphany is a call to tune your instrument, to bring every part of you into harmony. This isn't about perfection. You don't need to banish every doubt or silence every fear. The goal is awareness, noticing the frequency you're emitting. Are you vibrating with trust or suspicion, gratitude or resentment, purpose or distraction? Your daily emotional state, the one you live in most consistently, sets the tone for your reality. Thoth didn't teach rituals to appease gods. He taught alignment to awaken your power. When your mind, body, and soul sing the same note, The universe has no choice but to respond. Let's make this real. Think of a moment when you felt truly alive, maybe a time when you were lost in creativity, connected in love, or certain of your purpose. In that moment, your frequency was clear, coherent, aligned. The world felt different, didn't it? Opportunities appeared, connections flowed. Life seemed to conspire in your favor. That wasn't luck, it was resonance. You were vibrating at the frequency of your truth, and the universe mirrored it back. Now think of a time when you felt stuck, anxious, or lost. Your frequency was muddled, and the world reflected that too. Thoth's secret isn't about forcing change. It's about clearing the static. It's about aligning your inner world with the reality you want to see. This means noticing your emotional habits, questioning your beliefs, and choosing actions that match your deepest intentions. It's not about doing more. It's about being more authentic, more aligned, more you. When you live from that place, the energy field responds not with delay or resistance, but with immediacy, like a mirror catching light. The ancient Egyptians understood this. Their temples weren't just buildings, they were designed to amplify resonance. Their proportions tuned to the frequencies of the cosmos. Priests didn't pray for miracles. They aligned their consciousness with the divine. Thoth, as the scribe of these truths, didn't offer dogma, he offered a map. His teachings are a reminder that you're not a passenger in reality. You're a participant, a co-creator, a vibration shaping the infinite. This is where the magic happens, not in spells or shortcuts, but in the quiet power of alignment. You don't need to beg the universe for what you want. You need to become it. When your frequency matches your vision, the world shifts to meet you. This is Thoth's secret, not hidden in tombs, but alive in your being. You are the frequency. You are the signal. You are the key. The path to Thoth's epiphany is not about adding layers to who you are, it's about peeling them away. Beneath the masks, you wear the roles you play. The stories you've been told about yourself lies a radiant truth, untouched by the world's noise. This is the journey of shedding, a quiet unraveling of the false self that keeps you tethered to a reality you didn't choose. It's not about striving harder or chasing more. It's about releasing what distorts your signal, what mutes your power. You are already whole. Thoth's wisdom is a call to remember, to let go, to become. The false self is a construct, a patchwork of beliefs and fears, stitched together by years of conditioning. It's the voice that whispers, "You're not enough," the weight of comparison that dims your light, the armor of shame you wear to fit in. This isn't you, it's a costume handed to you by a world that thrives on keeping you small. From childhood you were taught to conform, to suppress your instincts, to trade your inner knowing for external approval. Every time you silenced your truth to please others, every time you buried your desires to avoid judgment, you added another layer to this false self. And with each layer, your signal, the pure vibration of your soul, grew fainter. Thoth's teachings, etched in the emerald tablets, aren't about acquiring power. They're about reclaiming it. The universe doesn't respond to the masks you wear or the roles you perform. It responds to your essence, the frequency of your authentic being. But the false self creates static, a dissonance that scrambles your signal. Fear, doubt, guilt. These are not just emotions. They're distortions blocking the clear transmission of your truth. What you repress, you project. What you refuse to heal, you manifest. This is why so many glimpse epiphany but can't sustain it. Their false self keeps pulling them back. Here's the raw truth. You're always manifesting. Every moment, your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are shaping the energy field around you. You can't turn it off. The question is, what are you manifesting? Most people create from their false self, recycling old wounds, inherited fears, or societal scripts. They want abundance but cling to stories of lack. They seek freedom but carry chains of unworthiness. The universe doesn't argue, it mirrors. If you identify with limitation is what you'll see. Thoth's epiphany is a call to shed these layers, to let go of the stories that no longer serve you. This shedding isn't easy. It feels like a death not of your body, but of the identity you've carried for years. The false self is familiar, comfortable, even if it's painful. It's the version of you that seeks approval, that fears rejection, that measures worth by external standards. Letting it go means facing the discomfort of the unknown, the vulnerability of standing naked in your truth. But this is where the power lies. Epiphany isn't about building a better mask. It's about revealing the light beneath it. Let's make this tangible. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what part of me feels heavy? What belief, fear, or role am I holding on to that doesn't feel like me? Maybe it's the need to be perfect, the fear of failure, or the story that you're not worthy of your dreams. Write it down. Look at it. This is not a judgment, it's an invitation. Imagine placing that belief in your hands, feeling its weight, and then gently setting it aside. Not with anger, not with force, just with compassion. This is the shedding journey, noticing, releasing, returning to your essence. Science offers a glimpse into this process. In neuroscience, neural pathways formed by old habits and beliefs can be rewired through awareness and repetition. When you consciously choose new thoughts, new emotions, you carve new paths in your brain, reshaping how you perceive and interact with the world. This isn't just mental, it's energetic. Your brain, your body, your emotions are part of the same field, vibrating in sync with the universe. When you release the false self, you clear the static, allowing your true frequency to shine through. Thoth's wisdom isn't about escaping pain, it's about transforming it. The false self thrives on unprocessed emotions, unhealed wounds, unspoken truths. Every time you suppress anger, ignore grief, or hide your desires, you feed that false identity. But when you face those emotions, when you allow them to move through you, without judgment, you begin to dissolve the layers. This isn't about fighting yourself. It's about listening. Your soul knows the way it's been whispering all along. The beauty of this journey is its simplicity. You don't need to climb mountains or master complex rituals. Shedding is an inner act, a quiet choice to release what's not yours. It's choosing authenticity over performance, courage over comfort, truth over familiarity. The false self will resist it, will tell you you're not ready, that you'll fail, that you're safer staying small. But Thoth's epiphany reminds you, you were never small. You were born vast, infinite, a spark of the divine. The false self is just a shadow, and shadows dissolve in light. Let's try something together. Take a deep breath and close your eyes for 10 seconds. Feel your body, your breath, the space within you. Ask, what am I ready to let go of? Maybe it's a grudge, a fear, a need to control. Don't force an answer, just listen. The first thing that comes to mind is your soul's nudge. Trust it. This is the beginning of shedding, the first step toward clarity. You don't need to release everything at once, just start with one layer. The universe will meet you there. The ancient Egyptians understood this process. Their rituals weren't about worshiping gods. They were about aligning with truth, clearing the distortions that separated them from the divine. Thoth, as the scribe of wisdom, didn't offer rules, he offered liberation. His teachings are a reminder that you're not here to conform, you're here to create. But creation begins with release, with letting go of the false self that clouds your vision. This journey is yours alone, yet it's universal. Every soul walks this path in their own way, shedding what's heavy to reveal what's true. The false self isn't your enemy, it's a teacher showing you where you've given your power away. As you let it go, you step into your essence, your frequency, your light. This is Thoth's gift, not a secret to be solved, but a truth to be lived. You are not the masks you wear. You are the radiance beneath. The universe speaks in patterns, a silent language. etched into the spiral of galaxies, the branching of trees, the rhythm of your heartbeat. This is not chaos cloaked in beauty, it's order, a cosmic blueprint written in shapes and ratios. Thoth, the scribe of ancient wisdom, understood this language not as art or decoration, but as the framework of existence itself. Sacred geometry is the code of creation, a map of how energy flows, how consciousness takes form. It's not something you merely observe, it's something you feel, something you align with, a truth that resonates deep within your being. Step into this idea for a moment. Look around you. The world isn't random. The petals of a flower unfold in precise ratios, the Fibonacci sequence curling through their growth. The orbits of planets follow elliptical paths, governed by laws that echo in the smallest atoms. This is the principle of correspondence: as above, so below, as within, so without. Thoth encoded this in the emerald tablets, not as a riddle but as a revelation. The structure of the cosmos mirrors the structure of your mind. The patterns that shape stars also shape your thoughts, your reality, your life. Sacred geometry is no mere symbol. It's a vibrational truth. The circle, the spiral, the golden ratio. These aren't just shapes. They're frequencies, codes that stabilize and amplify consciousness. When you gaze at a mandala, your mind doesn't just see beauty. It feels order, a resonance that quiets the chaos within. These forms speak to your subconscious, bypassing the noise of language, aligning you with the rhythms of the universe. In ancient Egypt, temples were built with precise proportions, their stones carved to echo the harmonics of creation. Walking through them wasn't a ritual, it was a recalibration, a way to tune the soul to the cosmic song. Think of reality as a symphony, each note a vibration, each chord a form. The universe doesn't stumble blindly, it dances guided by mathematical precision. The golden ratio found in seashells and sunflowers isn't just aesthetic, it's a principle of balance, a proportion that feels inherently right. Your mind recognizes it not because you studied it, but because it's woven into you. Your body, your thoughts, your energy, they're all part of this cosmic architecture, vibrating in harmony or discord with the whole. Science touches this truth in its own way. In cymatics, sound waves create intricate patterns in sand or water, revealing how vibration shapes form. The higher the frequency, the more complex the pattern. Your consciousness works the same way. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are vibrations shaping the patterns of your reality. When you align with the frequencies of sacred geometry, balance, harmony, unity, you align with the universe itself. This isn't mysticism for its own sake. It's a practical truth. The forms of creation aren't random. They're instructions guiding you back to your own power. Thoth's teachings aren't about worshiping shapes or memorizing ratios. They're about recognizing that you're part of this architecture. Your mind is a microcosm, a reflection of the cosmic whole. When you focus on chaos, your inner patterns fracture, and your reality follows suit. When you align with harmony through clarity, intention, or even the simple act of contemplating a spiral, you begin to resonate with the universe's deeper order. This is why sacred geometry feels alive. It's not just a visual, it's a vibration, a bridge between your consciousness and the infinite. In ancient times, this wasn't abstract. Temples, pyramids, stone circles, they were more than monuments. They were tools designed to amplify human consciousness, to tune it to the frequencies of creation. The proportions of the Great Pyramid aren't arbitrary. They're mathematical, resonating with the Earth's own energy. Priests didn't pray for miracles, they entered these spaces to align, to become conduits for the divine. Thoth, as the keeper of this knowledge, didn't offer dogma. He offered a way to remember you are not separate from the cosmos. You are its expression. This truth shifts everything. You're not a speck in a random universe. You're a node in a vast interconnected web. Your thoughts, your emotions, your intentions, They're not isolated. They're part of the cosmic pattern, influencing and being influenced by the whole. When you align with the principles of sacred geometry, balance, unity, flow, you align with the universe's own design. This isn't about forcing change. It's about flowing with the natural order, letting your consciousness merge with the rhythms of creation. Let's bring this closer. Picture a moment when you felt in sync with life. Maybe watching a sunset, listening to music, or creating something with your hands. In that moment, you weren't just observing, you were part of the pattern. Your energy aligned with the world's. That's what sacred geometry teaches. Alignment is your natural state. When you're caught in fear, doubt, or distraction, you step out of the pattern and your reality reflects the discord. But when you return to harmony, to the silent language of circles and spirals, you return to your power. This isn't about mastering complex math or drawing perfect shapes. It's about feeling the rhythm. You can start small. Trace a circle in your mind, imagine its perfect wholeness. Let it remind you of unity, of the connection between all things. Or visualize a spiral, its endless flow, mirroring the growth of your own soul. These aren't just exercises, they are acts of alignment, ways to tune your frequency to the universe's song. Thoth's wisdom is a reminder you don't need to search for meaning. You are meaning, a living pattern in the cosmic design. The universe is not a puzzle to be solved. It's a dance to join. Sacred geometry is the choreography, the shapes and ratios that guide the flow of energy. When you align with them, you don't just see the world differently, you create it differently. Your thoughts become clearer, your emotions more balanced, your reality more harmonious. This is Thoth's gift, not a secret to hoard, but a truth to embody. You are part of the cosmic architecture, a spark in the infinite pattern. Step into it and the universe will dance with you. Your soul is a flame burning quietly beneath the weight of the world's distractions. Thoth's epiphany isn't a distant goal or a prize to be won. It's a remembering, a return to the radiant truth of who you are. Awakening is not about chasing enlightenment or escaping the mundane. It's about stepping into your power, taking responsibility for the energy you emit, and choosing to shine. The universe doesn't need your permission to reflect your inner state. It's already doing it. The question is, will you light up the world with your truth or dim it with your doubts? Awareness is the spark that ignites this transformation. It's not passive observation or intellectual understanding. It's a living force, a catalyst that rewrites your reality the moment you embrace it. When you become aware of your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, you step out of the autopilot that's been running your life. You begin to see the patterns you've been projecting, fear, lack, or unworthiness, and you realize they're not fate. They're choices unconscious until now. Thoth's wisdom, carved into the emerald tablets, isn't a call to believe in magic. It's a call to own your power, to stop hiding from the responsibility of being a creator. You can't lie to the universe. Your energy field, the invisible pulse of your being, broadcasts your truth 24/7. If it's cluttered with unprocessed pain, old stories, or inherited fears, no amount of positive thinking will shift your reality. The universe doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your frequency, the silent hum of your inner state. This is why awakening begins with honesty. You must face what you've buried, the anger you've ignored, the grief you've suppressed, the dreams you've dismissed. These aren't obstacles, they're doorways, invitations to clear the static and step into clarity. Thoth's teachings are a reminder. Power isn't something you gain. It's something you reclaim. You were born with it, a spark of the divine wired to shape reality, with every thought, every feeling, every choice. But the world taught you to forget, to confuse humility with self-doubt, to trade your light for shadows. Awakening is the act of remembering you're not small, not broken, not powerless. You're a force, a vibration, a co-creator of the cosmos. The moment you stop pretending otherwise, the world begins to shift. This responsibility can feel heavy, but it's also a gift. If you're creating your reality, then you're never stuck. No matter your past, your pain, or your circumstances, you can choose a new frequency. You can't manifest freedom while clinging to stories of captivity, but you can let those stories go. You can't call in abundance while vibrating with lack, but you can shift your focus. Thoth's epiphany isn't about getting more, it's about becoming more, not in the eyes of the world, but in the truth of your soul. Let's make this real. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what's the loudest frequency I'm emitting right now? Is it trust or fear, clarity or chaos? Take a deep breath and feel your body. Notice the emotions running through you. Don't judge them, just see them. This is awareness, the first step to awakening. Now imagine one thing you'd like to shift, a thought, a feeling, a belief. Picture yourself stepping into the version of you who already embodies that shift. How does it feel? Hold that feeling for 10 seconds. This isn't just an exercise, it's a choice, a moment of becoming the light you already are. Science offers a glimpse into this process. Neuroplasticity shows that your brain rewires itself based on what you focus on. When you consciously choose new thoughts, new emotions, you create new neural pathways, reshaping how you experience the world. This isn't just mental, it's energetic. Your consciousness is a field vibrating in sync with the universe. When you align your inner state with your highest truth, you amplify your signal and the universe responds. This is what Thoth meant by awakening, not a mystical escape, but a grounded act of creation. The ancient Egyptians lived this truth. Their temples weren't just places of worship, they were spaces to align with the divine, to recalibrate the soul. As the keeper of wisdom didn't offer rules, he offered clarity. His teachings are a call to stop outsourcing your power, to stop letting fear or doubt dim your flame. You're not here to follow someone else's script, you're here to write your own. But writing requires responsibility. You must choose what you project, what you embody, what you create. This isn't about perfection. You don't need to silence every doubt or banish every fear. Awakening is about showing up moment by moment with honesty and intention. It's about noticing when you're dimming your light and choosing to shine instead. The universe doesn't judge your mistakes. It reflects your choices. When you choose to align with your truth, to vibrate with purpose and clarity, the world shifts to meet you. This is the essence of Thoth's epiphany. You are the light, and the light is enough. Let's try something together. Close your eyes and imagine a flame in your chest, small but steady. See it grow with each breath filling your body, then your energy field, then the space around you. This is your essence, your truth, your power. Now ask, what's one way I can shine this light today? Maybe it's a kind word, a bold choice, a moment of courage. Trust the first answer that comes. This is your soul, speaking, guiding you to become the light you were born to be. Take that step and watch the universe respond. Your awakening doesn't just change you, it changes the world. A soul in alignment radiates a frequency that touches everything like a pebble rippling a pond. You don't need to fix the universe or wake up everyone else. Your job is to stop putting yourself to sleep, to stop dimming your flame. Thoth's wisdom is a call to action, not to chase power, but to embody it. You are not a bystander in reality. You are its source, its spark, its light. Step into that truth, and the cosmos will shine with you. Before you go, I've prepared an incredible video waiting for you on the screen. Click it and dive in.